Hello everyone, my name is Stifstra and welcome to a Medieval 2 campaign playing as Denmark. So this is a campaign which I have actually been wanting to play for quite a while, but I hadn't gotten Medieval 2 to work. Yeah, I've had the weirdest issue with it, but after I realized that I would be ending my Octavian's campaign very quickly, I decided that I needed something to replace it. And here we are. Denmark. Denmark is a relatively new kingdom in the world of Christendom, emerging from centuries of paganism under Viking rule. Well, not that many centuries of Viking rule, but that's another point. Exactly 100 years ago, Harald Bluetooth, the Viking of the Danes, embraced Christianity, not just personally, but also on behalf of his people. Though the Vikings' fierce conviction in battle was a true asset, the forsaking of these pagan ways and embracing Catholicism, it's what has eventually elevated Denmark into a true northern power, under the Reich and other Catholic kingdoms, offering support against stubborn Viking pagans. The kings of Denmark now enjoy an absolute authority that it never has seen before. So, yes, quite a lot more text there, and if you actually want to read that, you can pause. You have a pause button, and that is what I'm gonna show you and read. So, how are we actually starting? Well, we start with Denmark. Well, duh, obviously. We control none of the Swedish lands and none of the Norwegian lands yet, and there are quite a few territories up for grabs around here. But I will start to focus on actually taking all of Scandinavia, and we'll go from there. I don't think we can actually capture anything of Finland, so we'll have to go for the Baltic states and just grab what we can until we encounter other factions, which we actually will pretty early on. So, what are our strengths? Well, we have a good all-round mix of units, with the infantry preferring to wield swords or axes instead of spears. Well, not for the early units, I'll tell you, but hopefully I'll get away from that very quickly. So, I, of course, do not need advice here. I have hard, and gonna show GPU moves, and I'm not gonna have a battle time limit. That might bite him in the ass eventually, but we're gonna just cross our fingers and hope for the best. So, let's start, and let's actually watch this, because it's been a long time since I have.
Denmark and its people have grown far beyond their Viking past. The tenacity of the country has now been turned towards forming a kingdom, with conquest and colonization replacing raids and spoils. Ferocious in battle, the Danish people have lost none of their past expertise at war. However, a country requires not only a warrior, but a statesman to lead it to greater glory.
So, pretty simple. Just take what we have and expand it. So, we start with Denmark. Surprisingly. By the way, something I have to mention is that the camera speed on just soft button clicks, it's annoyingly high, so we'll just have to work around that. Anyway, we start off with a tiny army here, and another army right here.
Move out.
And what I'm gonna do is to join them. So we actually have a decent sized army, and finally I'll take these guys and maybe a few more. No, I think we have enough, because while these guys stay here, I believe, let's see, I guess not these units, but some units actually do not require any upkeep. want to keep them in a city. But evidently not these guys, meaning that I can just take them and have them go to war. So, first target is Hamburg, because it's a castle, so I get some special units from there. And it's also kind of a good and easy thrust into Europe, at least Northern Europe. We also have a merchant, which I am going to send to get some fishes. This cardinal is going to still stay in Denmark, but he's going to stay here until we become, I don't know what percentage, but at least more Catholic. And then I'm going to send him over to Sweden and start converting them. Or I guess continue to convert them, because as you can see from the percentages, I guess you can't see it right there, but as you can see from this percentage, we won't have too bad a time to convert that, seeing that they are already majority religious and Catholic. We have a navy, a very small navy, but a navy nonetheless. We have a princess that I did a little test run, I'll confess that, and I lost her immediately when I went south. She got married to someone. Yes. I didn't actually catch that happening.
I shall ride on tomorrow, my lord.
Oh well, let's send her down and have her act as a diplomat, but that's probably not gonna go okay. So I'm actually going to recruit a proper diplomat, and we're also gonna build stuff. We're gonna start with the town guard and then go on with the market, and that's about it. So we have quite a few turns in front of us of just fast forwarding. Take rebel settlement, Hamburg. I got a different mission last time. Well, good thing I am already on it.
Confronting the enemy. Yes, surrounding and
There we go.
besieging the settlement.
I think that is an okay.
Siege is ongoing,
So, Hamburg,
my lord.
you will be mine. Unfortunately, I can't assault it at the moment. Well, I can, but the balance bar says that that will not go well, and I will actually agree with it. Because most of these guys are militia, and they can hold, but I don't trust them to hold. And unfortunately, I can't recruit any better infantry at the moment.
Continuing tomorrow.
Hopefully Hamburg will help me with that once I actually capture it, and a little after I actually capture it. I can send the spy up and actually scout, I guess. I can send him up to Oslo and then to Stockholm, which is actually called Oslo by this point, and I actually forgot for a second that Oslo was actually called Oslo at this point in time, because it was actually the Danes that named it Christiania, and that's the name it had until, oh, now I don't remember. It's like until after we actually separated from the Swedes in 1905. So yes, we kept that name for quite a while, mainly because we were in Denmark all the time. And when I say we, I mean Norway, Norwegians. Anyway, let's scout those two towns out, and then we can go and attack them. Sorry, that's the plan anyway, after I have taken Hamburg. And as you can see, the camera speed is a bit annoying, but we can fight through that. Anyway, let's end the turn, and we might see a battle. We probably won't, because these guys evidently do not want to attack me. And I did actually capture Hamburg, and I ended after that previously. And these guys chose not to attack me at all. Okay, I'm spending more than I'm gaining, which I also did last time, but that time I recruited stuff, and this time I haven't. Meaning that the starting army we do have is in fact too large for us. Okay then, let's see. It is minus 220, meaning that if I take this guy, and of course I can't do that, let's see, you two, and do that to you, I should now have a positive treasury. It's tiny positive, but it most importantly it stops me from having a negative. Also, can you actually discover? There we go. You can see the border there. I have, I guess, discovered.
Yes. I shall ride on tomorrow, my lord.
The Holy Roman Empire. So, I'll probably get some map information and see where we go from there. And that's about it. Rebel Navy. Well, thankfully, yeah, you can't attack me from there. I guess you can blockade it, but do I have a trade route? Apparently I do. With whom, though? That's another matter entirely. Anyway, siege is still going on. And how is our building doing? Pretty okay. That was actually double time. I thought I was slow. Yeah, the movement speed in this game, when it comes to the armies, that's really, really slow. A suitable prince? No. No, I still want my diplomat out and about.
An honor, my lord.
And able to actually do stuff. I think we're close to city, and indeed we are. Frankfurt.
Your Majesty.
That's not what I meant to do. There we go.
Something to discuss.
Let's see, trade rights and map information. That's demanding. Okay, what if I take that away? Well, what if we do it like this? And now it's generous. And now it's balanced. So you don't want to give me your map information. I see how it is. But I want trade rights.
No reason why not. Goodbye, my friend.
Let's see, we now have minus 55. So something happened. I guess we got the short end of the stick there. But yeah, it's still a tiny minus that I'm not too concerned about. And yes, we have the other diplomat, the actual proper diplomat. Let's also send him out and about. And I'm kind of sending you in the same direction, but I could wear you off and have you go for France and England. And then maybe Spain and try to wrap around, if you live that long. I highly doubt that, actually. Well, then again, you are 20, so that might go. Also, it is fun to... well, not really fun, but it's interesting to see how all of these guys, especially the princesses, especially the females, have a really thick, what I would describe as Russian? Not necessarily Russian, but more Eastern accent. That's definitely not the way we Scandinavians talk. But then again, I guess Denmark wasn't the main focus when Creative Assembly chose to make this game. Or maybe they didn't have the budget to put that in. I don't know. They probably had the budget, but yes, as I said, Denmark, not really a main focus. You're still holding out. Well, good on you, I guess. So, yet more turns that we can just skip by, and I would like to send other armies off in the meanwhile, but unfortunately, we can't afford that. I can build the army, but I can't afford to keep it going. Also, let's give you a movement order over here. Here, and then you should encounter France and then England, if they haven't actually lost Khan at this point. You guys, or you guy, should encounter Poland pretty soon. You might encounter him there. No, you haven't. That's Magdeburg and captured. Well, let's see about that. Yeah, the Poles usually go for that. They often get a mission to do so. Speaking of missions, how long do I have to actually capture that? Let's see. And now to remember how you do stuff. Should be here, right? Let's see. Show list scroll. Nope, that's not the case. You can show Call of the Cardinals. Family tree, ranking scroll. Not now. Where did I see that? Apparently, His Holiness is very neutral towards me. Oh, there we go. 10 turns, okay. I have a solid amount of time, so I shouldn't be worried about not having enough time for that. So, I'm good. I'm very good. Also, another trade route all the way over here. Yeah, these trade routes do not seem to be accurate to where the later trade routes are in the later Total War games. But no matter, as long as we actually have a trade going, that shouldn't be an issue. And what do you know? Polish. Arriving at Magdeburg.
Is there something I can do for you?
So let's get trade rights and let's see if we can get map information. Yes, we can.
No, we will not accept such a
Well, apparently I have to pay them a little bit.
thing. Not realize that is all.
So, sure.
Farewell. Then.
Also, you are way more east than I thought it would be. Also, you have discovered the Hungarians. Shall we go towards them? Yeah, why not? There aren't any other
I shall speak with their
diplomatic
Your Majesty.
diplomacy partners, I guess.
Will I be a
You have news?
Let's see, I now have more map information. That's still demanding, okay? Let's pay you a singular tribute. Now it's balanced.
I doubt the Kaiser will approve.
Well, I
I
can
must
afford it,
say
so
9.
sure.
Wunderbar. Danke for your time. It was useful.
with pleasure.
There we go.
Continuing
Orders.
tomorrow.
Let's give you something. Maybe land clearance? Brothel? No, let's go for land clearance. By the way, how's our budgets? Oh. Yeah, that is not looking good. But somehow, our treasury is like barely going to... Oh yes, it's minus 2,000 because I'm about to start construction. Well, that makes sense. So that started construction, and yes, now it's time to minus 35 again. Still, you do not want to fight me, but you are forced to next turn, unless you want to die. I think they actually would choose to die. At least that is what they did last time, and indeed it is what's happened here as well. So we actually have Hamburg, and immediately we can take a look and see that we now have a very solid budget. So, army. We need to have a few of you stand back and wait until we actually capture Oslo, and then after that... Well, on second thought, they actually do have a pretty solid garrison there. And I don't think Stockholm is any easier. It's going to be any easier to take.
No further today, my lord.
Yeah, we may need to increase trade here. And one of the ways to do that, or one of the ways to increase income, is to get another merchant. But I can't build more merchants. And I thought the... Let's see, here it is. The market would give me another one. And apparently it did, but... well... As far as I can tell, I can't recruit that. Ah, that's a shame. Anyway, we have Hamburg, and we can do quite a lot with it. I guess a mine is a pretty simple thing to do to just increase outright income, so let's go ahead and do so. Stables. That way we can actually build some cavalry. Peasants, peasant archers, ballista, upgrade armor, get a proper port, roads and land, and a small chapel. Or you could make it a large town, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Okay, the mines are under construction. Let's build something in Oris as well. Communal farming, why not? Well, actually, did another. Okay, that's just to convert. And we still have the brothel, and yeah, that's everything we used to have available to us. That's not what I meant at all. What I actually meant to do was to go here.
An honor to serve, my lord.
And then move the army out.
My lord.
And now they are very, very unhappy. Very reasonable, I would say.
Yes.
Let's see what it takes to make them happy again. Apparently not that much. Let's see, I will not auto. not have that on auto. Public order 130%. So yes, that should be enough. And this army might be enough to actually capture Oslo.
Honor and courage, soldier.
That's a very big might, by the way. I think the army should be about the same. So then it comes down to my fighting skills in order to actually capture that. Because I'm of course gonna try to drag them out in the siege. Do we have any proper units available to us? I guess Spear Militia? Not really proper, but still a better unit than we have otherwise. Here we go, dismounted Huskarls or Huskarls, and Viking Raiders and Scouts. We haven't got any of them yet. That would be available in 3 turns. But now we are actually, with a proper castle, we are actually starting to get some proper units, I would say. Very well. And I can see we are starting to spot a bit of France. Build a small chapel. Well, the Pope said so, so that's going to happen. That will be done in 1 turn, and that will also be done in 1 turn. So in 2 turns, that mission will have been completed.
What do you require of me?
Nope, I do not want to marry him. I want map information and trade rights. And you want 400 florins over 2 turns. Sure, I need trades. Eventually I get to the point where this gal has so much skill that she will just get what she wants, and same with the actual diplomat. But at this point, that is not the case. Here, you can see the English are still here. Diplomat, there you are. Prague is still up for grabs. Well, probably the Imperials will actually get there first.
Yes, I shall speak with their representative. Tomorrow,
An honor to serve, my lord.
how may I?
Just make sure that I actually get past him. Oh, I moved him out of the way.
Enemy honorably, my lord.
Let's actually cross that. There we go.
Honor and courage, soldier.
How old are you? 24. So you'll be alive for a little while longer. Also, I can just take a few mercenaries with me. So, yes, I don't need to wait back for new units to be built right here. I can just hire some mercenaries. Of course, that will take quite a bit of money, but that is beside the point. So hopefully this is, yeah, this should be minus 113 due to me having to pay another round of 400 florins, if you just do it like that. We can look back and see. Oh. I don't know what happened there. Oh well. So we still have
God be with us, men.
a bit of money to spare. Not too much though. Also, you should give me additional income. Which you didn't, for some reason. We may have to disband some troops, and that's not fun.
An honor to serve, my lord.
It may just be that every trade agreement is actually not in my favor. But I do not know if medieval Total War works like that. It might do. And that is actually something that I would say some of the later Total Wars, or maybe all Total Wars, I'm not entirely sure. This might be an exception. Actually lacks, and that is the fact that in the real world, trade agreements,
Honor to serve.
they can be one-sided. Very, very one-sided.
Enemy honorably,
For example, all of the, well, some of the ridiculous agreements that were forced upon the Chinese when Europeans wanted to have that for themselves.
Your Majesty.
What is it you wish to discuss?
Opium Wars is a perfect example. Just a war to basically force the Chinese to import opium. Not to their favor.
I must say, we are not convinced.
God damn it, I do not have the money for that. Well, let's counter that and say we will not give that, but we do not want map information. And then it's suddenly generous, and
Let's not take this any further until we meet again, sire.
I guess every faction just desperately needs money at this point. Well, that was annoying. Should we go down to Spain and the wars and Portugal? Or should we venture into Italy, where we have quite a lot of factions actually? Well, I guess we have the same number. We have Milan, Venice, we have... is it called Sicily? I think it's called Sicily. Yes, and they have territory like up to here. Papal States, of course. And I think that is it actually. Well, if I send you down here, I'll have to send you down through Africa as well. Or I might send you back towards Italy. Or that might also be a job for my proper diplomat. Okay, let's send you towards Spain, and
Yes.
that will take quite a while. And
Continuing
let's see what we do with you
Yes.
after that.
Yes,
But as
I
you have
shall
probably
speak
noticed
with
by
their
now, the
representatives
turns
of
can just fly by. I've I haven't counted, but I've definitely gone over like 15 turns in this first part alone. Thankfully, the end turns are very short at this point. Anyway, let's trade and let's have map information.
We have
Yes.
complaints with this goodbye.
They're actually
At your service.
reasonable for a change. So they control 2 regions. Let's jump down to
Yes,
Venice then.
I shall speak with
And
their
after that, go
representatives.
down to the Byzantines, and then go to the Turks, maybe up to the Russians, and we'll see. Of course, it depends on how long this lad actually lasts. That's another concern. Let's take a look at this. Now we actually have profits again. So, I don't know what happened. Probably the flooring thing.
Da.
Oh, yeah, I can see why we suddenly lose a lot of money. I guess we, yes, we completed the mission, and from that mission we got longboats, and they take quite a bit of upkeep. So now we definitely have a lot of income. So there, our problem is solved, I think. Do we need anything immediately? Stables? Mustering hall? I guess we could start to recruit the new troops. Scouts, dismount Huskars, and Viking Raiders. 690, 480, and 410. Let's grab one of each, mainly for defense purposes.
An honor to serve, my lord.
You've already moved this turn, I see. Send emissary. Okay, you actually want me to go towards Venice, and that is very good. Because I'm planning to go towards Venice. You are Polish, I was hoping you were Venice,
Yes,
or Venetian.
I shall speak with their representative.
Hopefully I'm not blocked here. Just going to take a
Without
sidestep.
question, my
There we go.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Just make sure that I'm not
Tomorrow's
blocking
journey
them
awaits.
accidentally. By the way, the Reich, the whole Roman Empire, it's actually growing, I think. Well, to be fair, it starts out quite large. But I don't think they start with this province. Actually, they might do. I think this is Vienna. Yeah, so never mind. Just ignore me. I think they actually start out with that. But this one? I'm not so sure. Also, keep in mind, they might have grown since the last time I actually spoke to them and exchanged map information. That's also a thing you have to keep in mind. Like, if I have Russia's map information and the Mongols invade, it can look for a very long time as if the Mongols just got repelled by Russia. Usually not the case though, unless you are playing as Russia. Then that is a different matter entirely. Okay, so is it actually a good idea to go for Oslo? I'm actually second guessing myself here. Because Stockholm, that's actually a normal city and it has way fewer troops guarding its walls. But yeah, I still have more men than they do and I can grab a few mercs. So hopefully that'll be enough. So the Russians are trying to bribe me, I see. That is what happens usually. Well, it's a princess, so that might not be the case. But usually when a princess or a diplomat bows in front of one of your holdings and they do not actually do anything, that's usually because they are trying to bribe your settlement in some kind of regard. Sometimes a general, sometimes the entire settlement. I also think is possible. I might be wrong on that one though. Anyway. What do we need? We need more spearmen. I can afford 2 of them. What is your upkeep? 185, okay. But 2 units should be the thing I need.
Courage, soldiers. We march to war. Yes, my king.
Ah, there we go.
Siege to the enemy.
5 turns. Okay, I will keep my army here and just try to siege them out, because I do not want to risk my troops in a siege battle. But then again, they might actually go on the offensive there and attack me. And I kind of do hope for that. That way we actually get the battle going. And that would be rather nice. But also on the other side, it would be nice to also not lose anyone. Ugh. Yes. This is not good. But yeah, this is actually the expensive of this turn, I think. It works kind of differently, apparently.
Continuing
Yeah, I was tricked by that right at the start. Russia, you are doing something, and I am not liking it, but I cannot do anything about it. Trade rights, map information, map information.
No, I don't see how this can work.
You do not see how that can work. Well, what if we do it like that?
It seems
And now it can work.
you are very reasonable.
Mission success, yay! So we got a little bonus there, 500 florins. So, what do we do with you? Do we move you towards the Byzantines? Or towards the Russians? I think your tour is going to go all the way around here, if you actually make it that far. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that. I would like to have map information. I think Venice has more regions or more holdings down here though, so I might bump into another Venetian city if I go like this. And now I actually have some money, so I can hopefully buy that. Buy the information I need. Then again, I do not really need it, but it would be nice to have, just to have an overview of how things are going. Take rebel settlement, Stettin. Well, I'm obviously not doing that. I'm kind of busy at the moment, I'm sorry.
Honored to serve, my lord.
Alliance announced, Moors and Portugal. Who would I ally with? Probably the Holy Roman Empire, or maybe the Polish, protecting from the Holy Roman Empire. Anyway, before we worry about any of that, let's bump into you again, see if we can buy ourselves some map information. I demand map information, and I'll make a single payment.
We accept.
Barely accepted. Okay then. I guess I can rely on this guy's diplomatic skill. So yes, as I said, a few Venetian holdings here and there. But where do they... Oh, they actually have one right here as well. But where do the Byzantines have their first settlement? Okay, I can take a look at this map. So it might be here, but I think that's actually rebel territory. Actually, let's go towards Byzantium, Constantinople. Not Istanbul. And just do that. Yeah, that appears to be reasonable. Also, you got blocked and I did move you.
Traveling. I shall ride on
That was a
tomorrow,
mismanagement. Oh yeah, we actually got the units, didn't we?
My lord.
How does this look when I move you guys out?
Of course.
What does that mean? 80%.
Orders, my king.
And how is it like here? 125? If I move you guys out,
Yes, lord.
or this guy out, more accurately, it is at 90. So they're not too happy, but they're not too unhappy either. Maybe I can capture Stettin? I don't think so, but we can try. Let's have the
Yes.
Spear Militia sit back and
March.
keep Hamburg
Yes,
happy or content.
My lord. Combining orders, my lord.
And let's see if that army is enough to capture Stettin.
Battle with pride, lord.
My guess is no. they are not gonna be enough to capture Stettin, but I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Sire.
Yes. And that is where I'm going to end this first part. I hope to see some action in the next part, hopefully from these guys, because this skeleton should be enough to at least try to fight me. And I also hope you you will continue to watch this, because I will definitely keep on playing this. It has been quite a long time since I played Medieval 2 previously, and I must say I like it. I also had kind of cheated, I guess. I have played a few custom battles, and the controls are they're a bit difficult, definitely when it comes from Total War Rome 2 and Shogun 2, but it's comprehensible. So yes, I hope you are as excited for this as I am. And once again, I hope you will continue to watch this. So, yeah, that is it for now. Bye bye.